Good evening. I welcome you all to the awards ceremony NHRDN 2022. To begin with, I would like to invite Mr. S.V. Nathan, National President NHRDN and the Partner and Chief Talent Officer at Deloitte India, to take the session forward.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to an evening where we recognize the exemplary contributions of a few outstanding and inspiring individuals, and of course, organizations who made a difference to our profession. Today, we will be presenting the following awards: NHRDN Professor Ram Charan Young HR Icon Awards 2021, HRDN ACE Awards based on the NHRDN HR Scape, and of course, the much awaited chapter awards. Before I come to the awards, let me tell you a story. An award is important. People get recognized. Recognition matters a lot. Once, there was this very famous musician called Rajarathinam Pillai, and he was a great Nadaswaram maestro. Nadaswaram is like a long flute. And as he was coming back, he had recently then got his Padma Shri, and he went for a concert to his village. And in the village, you don't really, in those days, you didn't have all these electricity at that point in time. And so they used to have that village where he used to use Petromax lamps. Petromax is where you light them. There is a small bulb which is there inside. You light that up, and people used to walk around with those lamps. It shone bright, and there were people who could make out what was happening around. When he was playing, and he really reached a crescendo, a boy carrying one of the Petromax threw the Petromax in the air and shouted, "Wow!" And then, of course, he caught that Petromax back, and then things continued as normal. Nothing much happened. He was honored. There were several shawls. All these big people came in, and he was feted. Later, Rajaratnam Pillai was asked what he thought of the concert. He said that was one of the best audience that he had ever seen ever. They were so engaging, and you could say that they were pure of heart because they really wanted to listen to him. And he says that the recognition that he got that day was outstanding. He said, "I've never seen anybody give me this kind of recognition." And everybody was thinking it must be the several shawls, and asked him, "Tell me, was this better than the Padma Shri?" To which he said, "The award that came from a man, that young boy who threw that Petromax up in the air and shouted, 'Wah!' That was the moment I felt my recognition in my bones." Recognitions happens in several forms. What we did, coming back, the NHRDN board requested Dr. N.S. Rajan, the past national president NHRDN, a veteran HR leader, to chair the national award jury. So first of all, we want to thank Dr. Rajan and his team, Mr. Amit Malik. So Amit Malik, MD and CEO of Aviva India, Professor Zubin Mullah, Professor Tis, Sudesh Venkatesh, Azim Premji Foundation, all of them got together. And we also want to thank the jury led by Mr. R. Anand, Principal Consultant Advisor HR of HCL Tech and author at McGraw-Hill, Sage, Mr. Anand Khote, HR Leader for GBS CIC Industrial Sector, GCG, GTM, and HR Location Leader Pune, IBM India Private Limited, and Naga Siddharth, Head People and Culture, Leadership, author, coach of being an awesome people leader with over 12 HR leaders for a rigorous evaluation. So as you can see, there was a lot of work which got into finding out who are the best of the best. Before we announce the awards, maybe listen to the video message from Dr. N.S. Rajan, who's, by the way, currently traveling. So he had requested that in his place, if you could play a video message that comes straight from him. Over to Over to you to play the message from Dr. N.S. Rajan. Thank you, all the jury members. Over to you.
My dear friends, hope you are having a great day. This year, interestingly, marks the 20th year of my association with National HRD Network. I must confess
Hey Avinash, we are not able to hear Dr. Rajan.
My dear friends, hope you are having a great day. This year, interestingly, marks the 20th year of my association with National HRD Network. I must confess that since I've joined the NHRD Network, I've been fortunate to have made some of the best friends whom I cherish for life, such as this fraternity, a wonderful institution that has survived over decades and has only got stronger. I recall a decade ago, you all had given me the opportunity of serving you as the then national president. And since then, different leaders have actually been at the helm of NHRD and have taken it to great heights. It has been wonderful to actually look at the way NHRD is progressing. And I find being with you today is a wonderful opportunity to be able to share my thoughts. In fact, our current president, Nathan, whom all of you know very well, has quite unassuming ways. And when he makes an offer, you dare not refuse. In fact, Nathan had reached out, sharing about the awards program that we have and the recognition we wish to provide for those who are participating in the awards program. He was asking me to chair the jury, and I gladly consented because I think it is one of the most critical parts of what we do collectively together. In fact, at the outset, I wish to share my heartiest gratitude for members of the jury committee whom I have been working together with. We have had Amit Malik, the CEO of Aviva, Zubin Mullah, Professor Zubin Mullah of Tata Institute of Social Sciences, and Sudesh Venkatesh of Asimji Premji Foundation. We have had, I must confess, amazing conversations, very insightful learnings from what people had shared, interesting debates, and overall the exercise for us personally has been a great source of validation and learning. From what some of you have actually written in, have been able to express in terms of what you have done, how you have done it, where you are taking your respective organizations. Thank you so much for making us a part of your life in the process. You know, when I think of HR, I must admit that I really believe in my mind that HR is a noble profession. I think each of you have embraced HR, have a heart in it, or you wouldn't be there at all. We do recognize that HR seemingly is thankless. While we invest time and efforts in harnessing potential of people, debits may come to us and credit seemingly evade us. But therein lies perhaps the secret of why we have chosen our profession. It is the nobility of the profession that attracts us to it. And in my mind, each one of you is an alchemist in your own right, a modern day alchemist. You are the ones who are creating a difference to the world around you, and in particular to those whom you are custodians of. In this larger quest of the HR fraternity, what is really critical is the fact that unlike most functions that I'm aware of, this fraternity has an amazing sense of bonding. And I have seen the fraternity come together collectively and unlock possibilities. It has inspired each other. There has been collective learning. There has been a great degree of camaraderie. And we have looked at each other and found reasons to emulate our fields of excellence and those around us. I think it is this ability to pull together collective wisdom of the fraternity that has actually stood us in good stead. And NHRD has been the very forerunner of getting this kind of a magic together. It has been a fountain of learning, and I have witnessed it over the last 2 decades, and I'm sure each one of you as part of the network would completely agree with me. In the larger context of what we see around the world, I think the ability to actually recognize excellence and ensure that we learn from it and we collectively grow together is at the very foundation of progress. Today, when I look at the reward ceremony, I must confess that being able to award somebody's great work at the workplace is, I think, a great start for us to not only reward and recognize each other, but to be able to learn from each other. I mean, all of you as practitioners are well aware that the whole concept of reward and recognition is almost central to a good HR function. So when we had the opportunity of coming together as a jury, and we looked at the possibility of being able to study what you have done, understand what you have done, and be able to recognize, I think what we are coming together is creating a platform where we celebrate excellence and we celebrate each other. But on this journey, there are a few lessons that we have learned which I wish to share. Now, when I'm looking at a fraternity of this order, we have almost 15,000 members across the country. I think there is a dire need for us to enhance the level of participation when it comes to being able to showcase your own successful stories. I noticed, and the jury agreed with me, that the kind of participation that we have had is relatively muted compared to the extent of possibilities that exist across all organizations. Even participation of companies or sectors, for instance, whether it is startups, the new age companies, or whether it is PSUs or NGOs, we notice that they are relatively less represented. I think it is extremely important for us to be able to take this whole aspect of recognizing each other to an ultimately very different level where it becomes aspirational. And in order to do that, unless we elicit and solicit participation across a wide range of sectors, wide dimensions, and across a set of organizations that are truly representative of good work being done, I think NHRD has to raise the bar even higher. On this journey, I think it's important, and I actually beseech each one of you, when there is time for awards and there are nomination process, as many of you should actually take the responsibility of being able to encourage each other and participate more actively. Do ensure that there is participation across all the sectors, across all the companies, across different kinds of companies, so that what we get is a very rich representative sample of participants who are actually showcasing their stories. The second point I would like to bring to your notice is that it is not just the award in itself. I think anybody who has the opportunity of being able to put together their own HR story is actually rewarding themselves. And I have noticed in my own personal example that when you actually try to put what you have done in writing, you realize that the story starts telling you what is there, what is not there. It tells you whether you've integrated all elements of the value chain. It tells you whether you have created the kind of impact. Do you have evidences that actually show the kind of impact that you have? it also allows you to see whether you are completely connected with the strategic priorities of the business that you support. So in the larger context, being able to participate and writing a story of your own function and being able to highlight and showcase is creating an actually a wonderful employee value proposition in long format. And I think it's very, very important that when you actually are participating, make sure that you're able to showcase the kind of business priorities and the imperatives that exist, how you as the partner are able to connect yourself to that, and therefore rolling out the purpose and the people philosophy of your function. And from therein draw what interventions you have actually been able to meld together to create the kind of impact and do provide evidences for the impact that you've created. That tells you an end-to-end story of your HR value chain that makes your organization prosper. And I think this also perhaps will be able to give us a standard approach to be able to understand what you do and see it in relative context. I must confess that the jury felt that it is very, very difficult when we see excellent work all around us to be able to pick a rank or a number against work that you have done. And I believe, like John Milton said, they also serve only stand and wait. Very often, even if you have not been able to showcase it well enough, the fact that you're putting your heart and soul into your work is fairly palpable. So for us, being able to put together a number or a rank is just part of a process. I think we need to delight in the fact that we have taken the plunge, we have put together an organizational story, and we are showcasing what the fraternity does. And what it unleashes is not only possibilities within, but I think it also creates a path for others to emulate. And therein lies our collective learning from the collective wisdom that we have as a fraternity. And that is something that actually makes the rewards and the whole process very special. I truly believe that the process in itself is a reward in itself. And today we are at the cusp of actually recognizing members of the fraternity who have participated, who have nominated themselves as worthy recipients of the recognition that this fraternity offers to them. In that context, I think the next hour that we have in terms of the awards is a great form of recognition for all those who've made a difference, not just to the leaders at the top, but the entire HR function that has come together magically to create value for those they are custodians of. In that context, I have been, for instance, pursuing happiness at the workplace for a long time. I recall almost a decade back, I had presented to the NHRD conference, Happiness at Work, an area which I've been researching for long. And today, when I look at the kind of work that all of you are doing, I can see that collectively what you're putting together is paving the path and the road for employee happiness. You are taking the work that you're doing to a different level altogether. But in all this, we also recognize that while times have changed, there are new tools available. Technology has actually become a great enabler. At the root of it, fundamentally, managing people and the way we do it, the way we need to do it, at the core has remained the same. While we have been enabled in multiple forms because of all that has actually emerged around us, at the core, managing people, harnessing potential, and making a difference still remains the fundamental tenet of this HR function. And each of you on the road of such discoveries are very critical, not just to institution building in your own enterprises, but for also nation building at large. I encourage each one of you to be a happiness champion and to make a difference to the world around you and continue to excel in what you do. On our path, every single act, every single intervention, and every thought that goes into it has a power of its own. It has been a wonderful privilege today to have the opportunity of sharing my thoughts with my dear fraternity. I would like to offer my heartiest congratulations to all the individuals and institutions who are receiving their awards for their wonderful excellence in their field of work. You are the ones who are making a difference to each day of your life. And for me, congratulations are also due even more to those of you who are out there making a difference every day of your life. It is, of course, critical to remember that everything that we do, every effort, every action never goes waste. For on this long journey of harnessing people potential, each of us has a gift. And if I may use the words of William Blake, to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Such is your gift, my friends. Ever onwards, be a champion at all that you do. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajan, for your beautiful words, and thank you, Mr. Nathan, for giving us an amazing start to the award ceremony. I would now request Ms. Smriti. I would now request Ms. Smriti, the Global HR Leader at Reckitt, to please announce the NHRDN Ramcharan HR Icon Award winners. Ms. Smriti Han.
Yep. Hi. Hi, Shloka, and thank you for the opportunity. Am I audible? Could you give me a quick heads up?
Yes, ma'am. Perfectly audible.
Thank you. So, thanks, Shloka. Thanks, Nathan. Glad to be here. And of course, it's a privilege to announce the emerging leaders of human resources. I feel great to be here. And, while I was listening to the video and listening to Nathan's story before, I was just imagining this to be a physical setup. We were all together in a conference room and going through this, lots of celebrations, dinner and drinks and congratulatory hugs around. And I was like, wow, what a gala night it would have been. But of course, we don't have that opportunity. COVID has had its own play on all of us. I would still request everybody to create that energy in the physical spaces in which you are. Do not let these so-called digital barriers take away the happiness that comes along with all these wins, right? So glad to be here. And without much ado, I'm here to talk about the NHRDN Professor Ramcharan Young HR Icon Awards. Now, these were institutionalized. I will give just a brief on these before we head on to announce the winners. These were institutionalized to recognize and reward emerging talent in the human capital space. Now, this is our 7th year in the running. That's a moment of pride to look back and think of when we started and where we have reached. This competition identifies the next wave of potential leaders, the pace setters in the HR industry, and there are two different categories. There's the professional category and there's the students category within this. And before somebody reaches the pinnacle of this, there are a series of assessments that one has to undergo. There is exposure, there are trainings and learnings. The competition offers powerful opportunity. Also, I would say, to meet the who's who as you go through this, right? Quick understanding of the process. The process has various steps. There are 3 stages that one undergoes. To share, we received 155 applications for the professional and student categories across India. And after going through online assessment, which is our phase 1 of assessment, we shortlisted 50 professionals and 20 students for the regional round, which is our round 2, right? In the round 2, we had a lot of assessments again. Various tools were used, Cubics factor and HR quotient test, right? And from this, we shortlisted 6 delegates in the professional category and 6 delegates in the students category for the final round, which consisted of an interview. And we, of course, spoke about the jury members, on the basis of which the top 5 winners have been identified, have been shortlisted, right? Now, these winners, of course, get a lot of recognition, a lot of kudos. But at the same time, they also get prize money, right? I know money is not that important, but it's all about learning. But I will still call out the winner gets 1 lakh rupees with a certificate of merit. The first runner-up gets 80,000 rupees with a certificate of merit. Second runner-up gets 50,000 rupees with a certificate of merit. And third and fourth runner-up, of course, there are consolidation prizes and certificates, right? So before I move on to the winners, first, congratulations to everybody who participated, right? It takes a lot of learning, a lot of courage to just see where you go. I'm hoping you all learned a lot in the process. And we start with the professional category first. Of course, I will not start with the winner. I will start with the fourth runner up. I would like to call upon Miss Sonam Rajgaria, Senior Manager Employee Relations from South BPCL. A big, huge congratulations to her and everybody I see on the screen. Maybe a large round of applause for them. We have her video here.
It was an enriching experience to be part of NHRDN Professor Ram Charan Young HR Icon Awards 2021. The multi-level competition is well curated to provide a platform for young HR professionals to showcase their strengths in various areas of professional space. The award is not just a competition, but it also provides a platform for young HR professionals to interact with a panel of renowned industrialists and to gain their perspectives on the expectations and trends in the industry. I would like to thank NHRTN for providing this platform, encouraging participation, identifying and recognizing young talents. Thank you.
Wonderful. And then we have our third runner up, which is Mr. Gaurav Jain. He's Manager CSR with Indian Oil Corporations. A big round of applause for him as well. Can we put up his video, please?
Hello everyone, this is Gaurav Jain from Indian Oil Corporation Limited. The NHRDN Professor Ramcharan Young HR Icons Awards provided me with a memorable intellectual experience. The multi-tiered evaluation process is designed to assess the analytical ability, business acumen, core competencies, and personality traits of the participant. One-to-one interaction with the industry expert provided me with further stimulus for professional growth. Overall, this opportunity was highly beneficial to me in terms of self-learning, personal development, and leadership development. My thanks go out to NHRDN team and jury members for their tireless efforts in developing and managing this prestigious award. Such recognitions will go a long way in motivating young professionals to contribute to the nation's growth. Thank you.
Wonderful. That was Gaurav for us, who was the third runner up. We have our second runner up, which is Mr. Nikhil Srivastav, Program Manager with Dr. Reddy's Lab. Many congratulations, Nikhil. And can we play his video, please?
My name is Nikhil Srivastav, Program Manager at Dr. Reddy's. It was a delight to be part of the NHRDN Professor Ram Charan Young HR Icon Award 2021. Each of the stages were very unique and interesting in their own individual way. They helped me better understanding of myself as well as what's happening in the outside world. The interaction which we had with the industry experts was really enlightening, and it was good to know their perspectives on different HR aspects. So thanks the organizing team for letting me part of this. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nikhil. And then we are coming closer. We have the first runner up, Miss Krishna Panigrahi, Senior Manager HR with Swiss Singapore Overseas. Many congratulations, Krishna. Can we play the video, please?
Hello, everyone. Our lives have become so busy these days that we actually do not get the time to take a pause and contemplate on what have we accomplished so far and if it is as per the goals that we had set, or if it is as per the plan that we had envisioned. Now, this competition actually helped me take that much needed pause and look back at my professional journey. And the best part is I feel accomplished of what I've done so far, and I'm really enthusiastic about the next set of milestones in my career. So, thank you so much for this opportunity. It really means a lot to me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Krishna. And of course, the idea is for each one of you to feel accomplished. It is no mean feat, right? To achieve what you've done. And you guys will set the standards for tomorrow, right? And now we have the winner in place, which is, I can't even say any guesses here, but I will call out the name, which is Mr. Veera Padmanabhan V, Manager L&D with Indian Oil Corporations. A huge round of applause. I see a lot of claps coming in here. Many congratulations, Veera. We are really, really proud of all the five winners, of course, and you. Can we play the
Hello
please?
everyone. I'm very delighted to be the part of this most prestigious and coveted NHRDN Professor Ram Charan Young HR Icon Award 2021 for HR professionals representing UCL. Other than the unique exposure and learnings, this competition has also given me an opportunity to test my domain knowledge, leadership skills, and also creativity to assist me in having a sense of achievement and recognition. As these NHR awards are presented after a very thorough, all-inclusive, rounded analysis of HR professionals on every aspect, right from the domain knowledge assessment, including a psychometric assessment and also a video interview. Every session of this coveted contest was conducted very professionally, and I have not faced any technical challenge, I would say, rather, despite being having this in complete virtual mode. And I also like to thank the support rendered by the team, especially Mr. Harendra Negi, which was completely encouraging and enthusing as well. And I should also thank the interview committee members for sharing their valuable feedback during the course of the interview. I once again thank NHRDN and Indian Oil for providing me this great opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, that was a truly winner's speech, I would say. Thanking everybody and accepting it with pride. So thanks to Veera as well. And we now move on to the students category awards. Again, we will start with the fourth runners up. Now these students have participated in various challenges. We will call these out. Is there some disturbance, Shloka? Am I audible easily?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. I think Nathan sir side.
Okay, so we will let's start with the fourth runner-up here. The fourth runner-up is Miss Pooja Guha from IMI Institute. Many congratulations to her, and of course, a round of applause for her.
Professor Ramcharan Young HR Icons Award 2021 is one of the most exciting competition I have ever participated in my entire MBA journey. The experience is surreal. Each element of the competition was designed to test the real life HR skills one should possess to flourish in today's cutthroat market. I think I am walking away with a greater depth and breadth of knowledge than what I had previously possessed. From learning the ins and outs of the industry to managing team dynamics, participating in this competition taught me more than I expected. It was an enriching experience for me. Kudos to the efforts of the NHRDN team for organizing such a seamless competition.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pooja. Thanks for the kudos to the team. I'm sure they're listening with pride. The third runner-up is Mr. Umendra Kumar Sharma from TIS, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Congratulations, Umendra. And can we have the video, please?
The whole process of the NHRDN Professor Ram Charan Young HR Icon Award 2021 has been a journey of self-exploration, reflection, and learning. Each round nudged me to think deeply, reflect on my experience, identify my blind spots, and strive constantly to improve. The process not only gave the exposure to the NHRDN network, but also provided me an opportunity to interact and learn from the renowned HR professionals who were the juries in this process. I look forward to more such amazing opportunities from the NHRDN. And I want to heartily thank the organizing team for the constant support, who has been very responsive and very approachable. And I want to thank NHRDN for providing this amazing platform for the upcoming young HR professionals. Thanks a lot, team.
Wonderful. That was Umendra for us. And of course, many congratulations to him. We now have our second runner up, which is Mr. Ronit Bhattacharya from Symbiosis. SCMHRD. Can we have the video, please?
So hello, my name is
Congratulations.
Manoj Bhattacharya, and NHRDN, that is Professor Ram Charan Young HR Icon Award, is a prestigious platform for all the budding HRs all over the country. I was honored and grateful to be accepted to be a part of such an esteemed event and valued every moment. The platform gave me high level of exposure, also gave me a chance to share my knowledge and views on the matter. The entire journey was an excellent learning experience for me and a perfect opportunity for young HR professionals like me. Uh, I would like to sincerely thank the organization for facilitating this event seamlessly and letting me a part of the journey. Thank you.
Wonderful. That was Ronit for us from SCMHRD. I'm seeing a pattern here. For professional category, we had two people who won from IOC, which is great. I did see in comments as well somebody calling that out. Even in students category, we have SCMHRD and we have two winners from SCMHRD. The first runner up is also from SCMHRD, that is Mr. Bratendu De Chakraborty. Congratulations, Bratendu, and of course, we must hear him out. Over to his video.
Hello everyone, I am Bratinjay Chakravarti from Kolkata and I am pursuing my MBA, specializing in human resources from SMHRD Pune, and I'm in first year right now. Competition always implies that a person needs to make his or her or needs to give his or her effort in order to get the desired result. I, one of the participants of this prestigious event, is feeling honored and I appreciated every moment of it. It was a very good learning experience, an enriching experience, and it gave the platform where I was able to showcase my knowledge, my views, my ideas. Overall, it was a wonderful experience. Thank you for organizing this. It was a very nice initiative and it was successfully executed. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. And then with this, we come to the winner. Lot of, I'm sure, whistles in the background, but let me call out the name. That's Miss B. Eshwarya Rao from I'm Ranchi. A big round of applause for all the winners and for Eshwarya. And here we hear her.
Hello everyone, I am Aishwarya Rao, currently pursuing MBA in HR from IIM Ranchi. I am thrilled to announce that I am a part of NHRDN Young HR Icon Awards. This award helped me to challenge myself through various rounds and it helped me develop my skill. Overall, it helped me develop myself personally and professionally by helping me understanding the practical intricacies in the field of HR. I would like to thank the whole team of NHRDN for their love, care, support, and encouragement and making this event a huge success. Thanks a lot.
That's it from me, Shloka. Thank you for having me, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Miss Smriti. Thank you to the esteemed juries and heartiest congratulations to all the winners. Avinash sir, are we going to have the another video? No problem. Now we move forward. Thank you so much, Avinash sir. Now I request Mr. S.V. Nathan to please announce the NHRDN ACE Award winners.
Thank you, Shloka. So now we are on to the NHRDN ACE Awards. The NHRDN, in its pursuit to recognize and promote excellence in people practices, organized the People First ACE Awards 2021. May ask me, what is this award all about? This is aimed at recognizing emerging best practices in the human capital space. So based on the NHRDN HR Scape, globally recognized HR competency assessment and development framework, the awards helps to identify the next wave of practices which are implemented by organizations which HR pace setters have in the following categories. One, employee relations, learning and development, organizational design, performance management, talent management, total rewards, and workforce planning and staffing. Organized virtually, the applications received were scored on criteria such as innovation, impact on people, business outcomes, sustainability, scalability, etc. Over 100 entries competed for this ACE Awards. So you can imagine this is a set of awards hugely contested. Through a very thorough jury process, we could select the best of the best. And here I have the pleasure of announcing the second NHRDN People First ACE Awards. So for employee relations, we have the second runner-up in JK Tire. Round of applause to them. And the winner is Bosch and Infosys. So this time we felt that instead of there was a joint winner. So we have a joint winner in Bosch and Infosys. If I move on, for the learning and development, the second runner-up, again we have two of that, is Cipla and Tech Mahindra. So whenever you find that there are two organizations vying out there for the second runner-up positions, it is because the jury found it really difficult. I mean, how will you evaluate one practice vis-a-vis the other? And we say, okay, so I think both these are pertinent, both these are important, so let's acknowledge both. The first runner-up on learning and development is Reliance Geo Infocom Limited. The winner is, hold your breath, Ford. For learning and development, Ford comes out as the winner. For organizational development, organization design, we have the second runner-up, not applicable because we felt that we need to just take the winner and the first runner-up. The first runner-up is Modernic Lifestyle Private Limited. For organizational design, the winner is Cipla. Performance management. Now, this was hotly contested. So, the second runner-up is Cipla. First runner-up is ITC Infotech. The winner is TCS. Yes. Strategic HRM. First runner-up is AB InBev GCC Services India Private Limited. So that's the first runner-up. The winner is HSBC. We have another three sets of awards. Talent management. Second runner-up, L&T. First runner-up, Tech Mahindra. Winner is HSBC. So HSBC is walking away with a few awards today. They are on strategic HRM. They are also winners of talent management. On the total rewards, second runner up is Cipla, first runner up is DBS India, and the winner is AB InBev GCC Services India Private Limited. Workforce Planning and Staffing, which is the last of the awards, second runner up, we felt we don't have anybody which is applicable, who is applicable. The first runner up is Cipla. The winner is Zydus Group. So for workforce planning and staffing, we have the Zydus Group. With this, I've now run out of all the awards for which I am to make the announcement. So with this, I'm going to turn it back to the organizers, to the most coveted part of this particular evening, which is the chapter awards. And for this, who but should we call upon as the National Secretary, Sriram. So TK Sriram will take us through the chapter awards. So with this, over to Sriram.
Good evening. It's indeed a great evening, and the evening gets even better because the awards are being announced. And as Nathan said, this is the coveted chapter awards. So let me first brief you on the process, and then I will obviously be keen to announce the names, and I'm sure all of you are looking forward to who would these winners be. The Best Chapter Award is given to the chapter that demonstrates the greatest vitality and makes a unique contribution. The network has also instituted an award that recognizes an emerging chapter. The NHRDN chapters submit the chapter health meter. The chapter health meter is in a prescribed format, focusing on various initiatives taken by the chapters in the following areas. One, governance, that obviously amongst all other factors includes the audit of accounts, the financials, etc. Engagement, how many regular events have taken place, how many special events were organized by the respective chapters. Takes into account the network, which is one of the key objectives of NHRDN, is to really look at how many total memberships have we been able to drive and how many life memberships of which we are able to get them as part of our NHRDN network. And finally, the chapter vibrancy. Based on the above criteria, the awards committee, consisting of the national president, the national secretary, the national treasurer, the regional presidents, and the convener of the national conference, Professor Vijayan in this case, deliberated on the chapter submissions, and the following were adjudged as the winners of the NHRDN chapter for 2021. Let me first begin with the best emerging chapter before I come to the big boy, which is the chapter award. The best emerging chapter, this chapter, with its admirable performance, has yet again proved that vision, consistent hard work, and dedication leads to accomplishment of greater heights. With razor focus on creating a strong member value proposition, this chapter has emerged as one of the most vibrant and strongest pillars of the NHRD chapters. The chapter deserves special appreciation for tremendous increase in overall membership involvement by engaging new as well as existing members in regular monthly meetings and special events on varied topics. Apart from regular programs, the chapter organized 16 member engagement initiatives, engaging students to senior leaders of the location. All these, all these were conducted in the challenging times that we are in right now. With its consistent excellent performance year after year, this chapter has become a role model for other chapters to emulate. In recognition of the commitment to excellence and focus towards delivering assured and sustained value to its members, NHRDN Network takes immense pleasure in conferring the Hosur chapter with the NHRDN Best Emerging Award 2021. Congratulations due to the entire team at Hosur for an outstanding work and compliments to all of you for having driven the objectives of NHRDN. And I'm sure you'll be a role model for all other emerging chapters to drive the objective as the way you have been doing it. Thank you, and congratulations to the NHRDN team at Hosur. Now, moving to the Best Chapter Award, this is the Big Boys Club. Now, let me now read about the chapter, and I'm sure while I read, some of you could guess as to who this chapter is. This chapter converted challenges to opportunities and delivered value to its members in the most challenging times faced by us. This chapter stood by its mantra of imparting learning by reaching to more than 9,000 professionals by conducting various online programs. The chapter also demonstrated a holistic approach to engagement that encompassed stakeholders' needs identification, design, branding, sustainability, execution excellence, and continuous improvement. This is best exemplified by the fact that the chapter has collaborated with several institutions for providing enhanced services to members. Their approach to events reflect a spirit of deep engagement with HR service providers, academic institutions, and other professional bodies, whilst internally upholding the highest standards of integrity, teamwork, and transparency. They have the distinction of achieving the highest member connect through these events. In recognition of their commitment to excellence and focus towards delivering quality and sustained value to all sections of members as assessed on parameters of governance, engagement, and network framework. The National HRD Network confers the NHRDN Best Chapter Award for 2021 to NHRDN Hyderabad Chapter. Congratulations again to the team at Hyderabad. You guys, I guess, are used to winning awards. Yet another year of winning this award. Well deserved. Truly great work during these times. Compliments to the entire team at Hyderabad. Moving on, this is a special mention we are making about a chapter which is in the process of being formed at Singapore. This is the NHRDN Team Singapore. I think they deserve and mention because it's the first international foray for NHRDN, and we thought it would be absolutely appropriate for us to mention about the good work that they have done in a very short period of time. Our Singapore friends, with their consistent efforts in the first few months of inception, have proved that a strong purpose, consistent hard work, and dedication leads to institution building. Our Singapore team has clearly created benchmarks for others to emulate, especially in the international zones. The core Singapore team has been able to build a strong engagement process for its members within this short period. The chapter merits special appreciation for significant increase in the overall HR community's activities by successfully organizing membership engagement activities, engaging new members, investing in regular monthly meetings and special events on varied topics. We wish to make a special mention of the Singapore team and its key leaders, Raghu R, Manojit Sen, Shubha Narayanan, Bhavna Gandhi, Avinash Kohli, Shahrukh Marfatia, Arun Kaimal, and several other amazing volunteers and recognize their commitment to excellence and focus on delivering a short and sustained value to the HR community. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us in recognizing excellence. We sincerely thank you for your valuable participation. Thank you and have a great evening. Over to you, Shloka.
Thank you so much, Mr. Srirang. Thank you, Mr. Nathan, and heartiest congratulations to all the winners. And with this, we have come to an end of the power packed day 3 of the 24th Annual National Conference by NHRDN 2022, the 4M Metamorphosis of Human Resources in the Realms of Meta, Mega, Me, and More. We wholeheartedly thank our esteemed speakers and our audience. We would like to take this opportunity to thank our strategic partners, our platinum sponsor being ONGC, our silver sponsor being Zozo Daily, JSW, White Crow Research, our associate sponsors being ICICI Bank, Indian Oil, NTPC, Mahindra Rise, World at Work India, and Balmer Lorries Limited, our knowledge partner being Mercer, and our communication and design partner being Fulki. We thank all the sponsors for their valuable contribution in making this grand event happen. The audience can check out their booths on the AirMeet platform itself. To the audience who wish to post their learnings on social media, do not forget to put our hashtag NHRDNC22. Hereby ending the day 3 on a successful note and requesting all to log in at 8:55 a.m. tomorrow to be there to witness incredible sessions lined up for our day 4 being our last and the best day of the conference. Stay tuned, audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Shloka. Great day. You really made the evening really come alive. So thank you, Shloka. Thank you very much. Thank you for all our student volunteers as well. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Shloka.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.